Recorded from an earlier broadcast.
New York, New York.
Live via satellite to over 50 countries from the most exciting city in the world.
New York.
The most exciting pageant competition in the world. The Miss Universe pageant.
New York, New York.
Tonight on Broadway, a new Miss Universe will be crowned, and she'll receive more than $100,000 in cash and prizes.
This is Broadway, which is more than a thoroughfare and more than a section of a city. It's a legend, a dream, a symbol of show business all over the world. Good evening. I'm Bob Barker, and Elkie Summer and I will be your hosts this evening. This is the beautiful new Minskoff Theater, where tonight the Miss Universe pageant celebrates its 30th anniversary by making its Broadway debut. Along with Elkie and Sean Weatherly, the current Miss Universe, you'll be meeting our special guest, Peter Allen, the cast of the smash musical 42nd Street, and of course, the 76 young ladies who are candidates for the title of Miss Universe. It's almost curtain time, so let's go inside and meet our beautiful Miss Universe contestants.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 76 candidates for the title of Miss Universe 1981. Special guest, singer, songwriter, star, Peter Allen. Members of the cast of the Tony Award-winning Broadway hit 42nd Street. Reigning Miss Universe, beautiful Sean Weatherly. Our television hostess, the lovely Elkie Summer. Our host and the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker. And the voices of the Naval Air Training Command Choir.
St. Patrick's chimes like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, here again is our host for this evening, Bob Barker.
Thank you and welcome to the 30th anniversary Miss Universe pageant, coming to you from one of the great cities of the world, New York, New York. Earlier today, I was asked if I get nervous before a Miss Universe pageant, and to tell you the truth, I don't, and the reason is simple. When I'm on stage with 76 of the most beautiful women in the world, who's going to be looking at me? No one. Those 76 ladies are here in quest of the title of Miss Universe. Our judges here will be registering their decisions on special keyboard terminals which are connected to our computer. In less than 2 hours from now, that computer will tell us who our new Miss Universe will be. We'll explain how all that works in a minute, but first, I'd like to present our young ladies wearing their national costumes in the Miss Universe Parade of Nations.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Susana Mabel Reynoso. Represento la República Argentina.
Good evening. My name is Senior Reyes from Brazil, Aruba.
Good evening. My name is Karen Seng and I come from Sydney, Australia.
Hello, my name is Gudrun Golob. I come from Vienna in Austria.
My name is Linda Smith and I'm from Nassau, Bahamas.
My name is Dominique Van Eekhout. I come from Brussels, from Belgium.
My name is Yvette Zabanel. I'm from Stankwijk, Belize.
Hello, my name is Simone Tucker. I'm from Smith's Parish, Bermuda.
My name is Maricruz Aponte and I'm representing Bolivia.
Boa noite. Meu nome é Adriana Alves de Oliveira, representante do estado do Rio de Janeiro, Brasil.
Hi, I'm Carmen News from Fortuna, British Virgin Islands.
Dominique Dufour from Laval, Canada.
Donna Marie Murray from the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es María Soledad Hurtado y vengo desde Viña del Mar, Chile.
Mi nombre es Tere Cano y vengo en representación de Colombia.
Mi nombre es Rosa Inés Solís Vargas. He llegado hasta aquí desde el único país del mundo, dichosamente no tiene ejército, Costa Rica.
Hello, Kombai. I'm Maria Cruz and I'm representing my beautiful island of Curacao.
My name is Kaja Angelitou. I come from Larnaca, Cyprus.
Hi, my name is Tina Branstorff. I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Lucía Peñaver y estoy muy orgullosa de representar la República Dominicana.
Mi nombre es Lucía Vinuesa, vengo de Guayaquil, Ecuador. Gracias.
Hello, my name is Joanna Longley. I'm from Windsor in England.
Good evening, my name is Lynn MacDonald. I'm from Suva in the Fiji Islands. My name is Merja Varvik. I come from Forssa in Finland.
My name is Isabelle Bénard. I come from Normandy in France.
Mein Name ist Marion Kurz. Ich komme aus Roden, Deutschland.
My name is Isabel Dominguez and I come from Gibraltar.
Good evening. My name is Maria Nicule. I come from Athens, in Greece.
I'm Rosette Vivrak and I come from Guadeloupe in the Caribbean. Thank you.
My name is Bertha Harm and I'm from Ipan, Talapoco, Guam.
Mi nombre es Jima Lobos y represento el país de Guatemala. Gracias.
Good evening. My name is Ingrid Schout and I'm from Zeist, Holland.
Good evening. My name is Leslie Savillon and I represent the peaceful heart of Central America, Honduras.
Good evening, my name is Irene Low Kemsha. I come from Hong Kong.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Christopher Reykjavik, Iceland.
Good evening. I'm Rachita Kumar, Bombay, India.
My name is Valerie Rowe. I come from Dublin, Ireland.
Hello, my name is Anna Wexler. I come from Tel Aviv, Israel. My name is Anna Kanakis. I come from Italy.
Good evening. My name is Minako Risaki. I come from Kyoto in Japan.
Good evening, my name is Lee Eun-jung from South Korea. Thank you.
My name is Audrey Law. I come from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
My name is Susan Guy. I come from St. Julian's, Malta.
Je m'appelle Jean-Louis Ghislaine. J'habite Fort-de-France, Martinique.
My name is Juliet Reyes Gonzalez. I come from Monterrey, Mexico.
My name is Antonique Knudsen. I'm from Swakopmund, Southeast Africa, Namibia.
Kia ora, my name is Donella Thompson. I'm from Auckland, New Zealand.
Hafa Day, Juanita Mindiola in Northern Marianas.
My name is Mona Olsen from Oslo, Norway.
My name is Ana Maria Enriquez and I come from Panama City, Panama.
My name is Maria Isabel Luis Arjara. I come from Asunción, Paraguay.
My name is Gladys Silva and I come from Lima, Peru.
My name is Maria Carla Mendoza from the land of smiles, Philippines.
Meu nome é Ana Paula Machado, Moura, representante de Lisboa, Portugal.
My name is Carmen Lazo and I come from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico.
My name is Patricia Abadi. I'm coming from St. Paul, Reunion Island.
Good evening, my name is Anne McFarlane. I'm from Coatbridge, Scotland.
Good evening, I'm Florence Tan and I come from Singapore.
I'm Daniela Di Paolo from Durban, South Africa. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Patti Ondiviela y vengo de Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, España.
My name is Renuka Jesudasan. I am from Matale, Sri Lanka.
My name is Mava Warner from Sandy Point in St. Kitts. My name is Eva-Lena Lunge from Sweden. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brigitte Voss and I come from Bern in Switzerland.
My name is Tatiana Teramano and I am from Pattaya City.
My name is Masuha Kalapan. I come from Bangkok, Thailand.
My name is Kiriboni Letlaka. I come from Solo, Transcar.
My name is Rohini Samru and I come from San Fernando in Trinidad and Tobago.
My name is Şenay Ünlü. I come from Ankara in Turkey.
My name is Francis Rigby. I came from the Turks and Caicos Islands in the British West Indies.
My name is Griselda Ancherena. I am from Montevideo, Uruguay.
Hello, I'm Kim Steelbreed and I'm from Germantown, Ohio, USA.
I am Maurice James from St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Good evening, my name is Irene Saez-Conde. I come from Caracas, Venezuela. Hello, my name is Karen Stannard. I'm from Newport in Wales.
My name is Lenita Schwager and I come from Western Samoa.
There they are, 76 of the loveliest young women in the world, and one of them will be chosen the new Miss Universe tonight.
Buonasera, guten Abend, bonsoir, buenas noches, kalispera, god afton, kang bang wa, and of course, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We sure have an international evening tonight. Now let me explain a couple of things to you if you don't mind, all right? Now each judge has a terminal just like this, which is connected to our computer in each of 3 categories: swimsuits, personal interview, and evening gown. Our judges will vote, giving each contestant a score between 1.0, the lowest, and 9.99, the highest. If I were a judge, of course, I'd give all of our international beauties the highest scores, a 9.99, just like this. You see? All right, the computer then will calculate the average score that each contestant receives, and those scores will be used to determine who our winner will be. And you at home will have an advantage on the judges, the audience in the theater, and our contestants, because you will know how each young lady is scored in each category. The numbers will appear on your screens at home, but not on the monitors here in the theater. And I'll be talking to our contestants, to our distinguished panel of judges here, looking back at some of our previous pageants, and I'll even have some surprises for you. But before that, there's a very interesting swimsuit event coming up right after this word from Crisco Oil. Our distinguished panel of judges are really in the final stages of a job that began a week ago. During that time, they've been engaged in the preliminary judging of our contestants in 3 areas: swimsuits, personal interviews, and evening gowns. The scores for each candidate in each category went into our computer here, and the young women with the 12 highest composite scores will be our semifinalists. Now back to Bob. Bob?
Thank you, Elkie. It's time now for us to see our young ladies wearing the latest in Catalina swimwear against a variety of New York City backgrounds. As each contestant appears on the screen, you folks at home will see the score she received in the preliminary swimsuit competition. Following the fashion show, the scores in the other two areas of judging will be added, after which our computer will tell us who our 12 semifinalists will be. Here now are our lovely candidates for the title of Miss Universe. When you hear about islands and pretty ladies in swimsuits and boats, you probably think of a South Sea setting with outrigger canoes. Well, our island was Manhattan. The outrigger was a tugboat. But we did have pretty ladies, our Miss Universe contestants. On the East River, in the shadow of the Brooklyn Bridge, we meet our first beauty, Miss Trinidad Tobago, Rohini Samaru. Here is Miss Guatemala, Yuma Lobas. This is Miss Singapore, Florence Tan. Followed by Renuka Varuni Jesudasan, Miss Sri Lanka. From the Mediterranean to the East River comes Yvette Dominguez, who's Miss Gibraltar. Here's our next contestant, Miss Malta, Susan Gallia. This Bonnie Lassie is Miss Scotland, Anne McFarland. And Anne is followed by Katia Angelito, Miss Cyprus. Eddie Cano is Miss Colombia. And next we meet Miss Malaysia, Audrey Lowe. This young lady is Miss India, Rajita Kumar. And she is followed by Miss England, Joanna Longley. Now our boat moves farther up the river, where the UN building provides an appropriate backdrop for visitors like these Oriental beauties. Miss Korea, Lee Young-jung, and Miss Japan, Miniko Orisako. Here are Maria Nicoli, Miss Greece, and Miss Bermuda, Simone Tucker. In the background, you see the Chrysler Building as we welcome Miss St. Kitts, Marva Warner, and Miss Aruba, Xenia Reyes. From the Alpine countries come Miss Switzerland, Brigitte Voss, and Miss Austria, Gudrun Gulab. Now we meet Miss Germany, Marion Kurz. And with her is Maria Varviko, Miss Finland. And this trio is made up of Miss Holland, Ingrid Schouten, Miss Chile, Soledad Hurtado, and Miss Bolivia, Maricruz Aponte. Now we're at the Battery, where we see the Siemens Institute Church, New York's famous financial district, and Miss Mauritius, Carol Fitzgerald. And Juanita Mendiola, Miss Northern Marianas. Next are Miss Guadeloupe, Rosette Vivoac, and Yvette Zabane, Miss Belize. Against the Wall Street skyline, we see Miss Martinique, Ghislaine Jean-Louis, and Miss Western Samoa, Lenita Marion Schwalger. Here are Miss Dominican Republic, Lucia Penaveras, and Rosa Inez Solis, Miss Costa Rica. And now this threesome, Miss U.S. Virgin Islands, Maurice James, Miss Paraguay, Maria Isabel Urizar, and Lucia Venueza Urgueyes, Miss Ecuador. We've moved into the Hudson River, and some United Nations ships, like Our Ladies, are visiting New York. Two of the prettiest sights they'll see are Miss USA, Kim Silbree, and Miss British Virgin Islands, Carmen Nibs. Now here are Miss Fiji, Lynn McDonald, and Miss Cayman Islands, Donna Myrie. These young ladies are a long way from home. Miss Australia, Karen Sang, and Daniela DiPaolo, Miss South Africa. From just to our north, Miss Canada, Dominique Dufour, joined by Miss Iceland, Elizabeth Troista. Here is Anna Kanakis, who is Miss Italy. And Gladys Silva, Miss Peru. Now we greet Miss Norway, Mona Olsen, and Irene Saez, who is Miss Venezuela. And before our tugboat moves on, here is Danella Thompson. She is Miss New Zealand. The Empire State Building dominates the skyline, as still in the Hudson River we welcome Miss Philippines, Maricar Mendoza, and Miss Ireland Valerie Rowe. These three ladies are Miss Uruguay Diane Anchorena, Miss Spain Paqui Ondiviela, and Miss Bahamas Linda Teresa Smith. In the background is Midtown Manhattan. In the foreground are Miss Puerto Rico, Carmen Lottie, and Miss France, Isabel Bernard. Another trio now, this one made up of Miss Turkey, Shinai Unlu, Miss Wales, Karen Ruth Stenard, and Miss Sweden, Ava Lundgren. And before we move on, we see Miss Tahiti, Tatiana Tereyamino, and Miss Israel, Dana Wexler. Now we're in New York Bay, where a lady who has welcomed so many visitors to America provides a setting for our ladies, like Miss Thailand, Masupa K. Prapu, and Bertha Antoinette Harmon, Miss Guam. Here are Miss Transkai, Kitty Boni Letlaka, and Miss Panama, Ana Maria Enriquez. The New York press photographer's choice as Miss Photogenic was Tina Brandstrup, Miss Denmark. Here with Judith Grace Gonzalez, Miss Mexico. Our next two contestants are Miss Belgium, Dominique Van Eekhout, and Maria Maxima Cruz. She's Miss Curacao. Miss Namibia is Antoinette Knutsa, and with her is Frances Gloria Rigby, who is Miss Turks and Caicos Islands. And finally, we greet Miss Brazil, Adriana Alves de Oliveira. Our swimsuit fashion show closes with our ladies waving from the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty, that beautiful lady from another country who symbolizes the United States to those she welcomes from foreign lands, and New York City to the millions who live and work in her shadow.
Oh boy, I feel like I'm 30 feet high. And I am because I'm walking on the catwalk high above the stage, where right now, as you can see, technical people, the stage hands, the girls, the television people are all busy doing all the things that make live television such a challenge. And these ropes here are used to move backdrops in and out during our show. Every Broadway theater shares the experience of having had a dream come true on its stage. And a dream will come true in this theater tonight. And we'll move a step closer to seeing that when the names of our 12 semifinalists are announced right after this from Crest Toothpaste.
The audience realizes that the computer has tabulated the scores in the preliminary judging and has come up with the names of our 12 semifinalists. Now, while I'm picking up those names, let's welcome back our lovely young ladies.
Jog every day, I would have never made it down here that fast from the catwalk. Boy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a few moments ago, you at home saw the score each contestant received in the preliminary swimsuit competition. As each semifinalist is introduced, you'll see her total average score in all three preliminary judging categories. So, as you watch our lovely young women in their dresses from Susan, you'll also have a chance to see how well they scored in the preliminary judging. And now, back to Bob. Bob, please.
Right, Elkie. I don't think the fellow in the balcony understands. He keeps crying out for Miss New Jersey. No. That's not the way it works. I'd like to point out that the 12 semifinalist names will be called in no particular order. No order at all. Good luck, ladies. Here are the names of this year's semifinalists, one of whom will be the new Miss Universe. The first name on the list of semifinalists, Miss Holland. Score for Miss Holland. And we will continue with the second name, which is Miss Ecuador. two semifinalists seem to please you. I think you'll like Miss New Zealand. And Miss Sweden. Here comes semifinalist number 5. She is Miss Brazil. And would it make you happy if I should say, come on down, Miss USA? Our first 6 semifinalists. We have 6 more to go, and one of them is Miss Norway. Let's welcome Miss Venezuela. Number 9 on the list of semifinalists is Miss Belgium. Now we're looking for number 10, and we don't have to look far. Here is Miss Germany. Now we have only 2 names to go. 2 girls who have a chance to become Miss Universe. And one of them is Miss Tahiti. And this last spot among the 12 semifinalists is for Miss Canada. Congratulations to each of our 12 semifinalists. One of you will be our new Miss Universe.
How did you do? Did the young lady or ladies that you had chosen make it to our semifinals? Well, I certainly hope so. Our judges gave the highest score to Miss Venezuela, with Miss USA second and Miss Germany third. But now we begin a brand new competition. In fact, the judges have been instructed to start out fresh in considering the 12 semifinalists. So we throw out our preliminary scores and start out again all even. We begin with the interview competition when we come back after this from Lemon Fresh Joy.
And now that we know the names of our 12 semifinalists, it's time to get to know the ladies themselves a little better. As I chat with each contestant, the judges will be giving them scores based on the charm and personality of each contestant, rather than on the content of the interview itself. And during the commercial break, each young woman was advised that she could have an interpreter available if she so desired. As you will see, some of them did. You folks at home will see a score posted immediately after each of these interviews. And I'm going to begin with Miss Holland. Will you step over to me, please? She is Ingrid Schouten. She's 20. She lives in Zeist. Is that correct?
Yes.
Been studying bookkeeping and plans to enter college. And what do you want to study in college? Now, you stay right up here in this good light. You want to be as pretty as you can be. And I want to be up here and be as pretty as I can be in this light, too. Now, what are you going to study in college?
What I'm going to study in college?
Yes.
Oh, I try to tell it everybody here in America, and it's difficult to say. It's a kind of economy.
Economics?
Economic.
Business? Why do you want to study business?
Because in Holland you can get a good job later.
And when you go back to Holland, what are you going to tell your friends about New York?
Great.
You like it?
Yeah, very much.
What have you liked the most?
People here.
The people are very nice. I'll tell you, when you go back, you can tell them one thing in Holland. The Mets have not lost a ball game in more than a month. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Miss Holland. See a score for her. And we'll talk with Miss Ecuador. Miss Ecuador is Lucia Vinuesa Urgeyes, 18. She lives in Quito, and she's a high school student. And what do you propose to do when you get out of high school?
Well, I'm going to study architecture in the university in Quito.
And you speak English very well. In fact, you've been interpreting for some of the girls, haven't you?
Well, yes. When I was 7 years old, I lived in Washington, D.C. for a year.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
What? So did several people in the balcony right over there. What were you doing in Washington, D.C. for a year?
I was going to school there.
You just went there to go to school?
Yes.
In your bio, you said you were a golfer. What's your handicap?
33. I'm just beginning right now.
A 33?
Yes.
When she was in Washington, she took lessons from President Ford. I shouldn't say that. I read the other day he's become a fine golfer. Thank you, Miss Ecuador. We are ready for Miss New Zealand, who is Danella Thompson, 21, from Auckland, a model, apprentice hairdresser, and clerk typist. You're a busy girl. What do you enjoy most?
Out of my occupation, there?
Well, what do you enjoy most, then?
My modelling.
You like modeling
Yes,
most of all?
Definitely.
And you're from a very large family.
Oh, yes.
How many in your family?
There's 10.
Was that fun, growing up in a family of 10?
Oh, yes, it was really.
Is this your first visit to the United States?
No, in fact, it isn't. My first visit to the United States was in 1979.
Where did you go?
To California.
Los Angeles?
Yes.
And you were surprised that there was not one bit of smog?
Are you kidding?
Thank you, Miss New Zealand. You see a score for Miss New Zealand home. And we invite Miss Sweden to step out here. She is Eva Lundgren. She's 19. She studied at the Institute of Languages in Germany and plans to continue her study of languages. And one of the languages she speaks, fortunately for us, is English. What other languages do you speak?
I speak a little French, Russian, Swedish, and German.
Have you had any trouble talking with the New Yorkers?
No, not yet.
Have you met anyone from the Bronx?
Yeah, one.
You understood him perfectly. The Queen, how about Queens? Have you talked to anyone from Queens?
No, not
Take
yet.
my advice and stay out of Brooklyn. Now, in reading her bio, I was fascinated with her occupations. One of them was working for her father. You think vice president, not so. Tell our audience what you did for your father.
I was cleaning his factory.
You cleaned the factory?
Yes. And then I was working extra in a hamburger bar and as a teacher for children.
Well, you were a gardener, weren't you?
And a gardener.
Yes.
And that's it.
Now, that's enough for this. Let's see, what are you? 19. How do you say, I am going to return to my place in German?
Oh boy.
How do you say, I'm going back where I came from in German?
Ich gehe zurückfahren.
All right, do it. Right back there. Thank you. Check her score and meet Miss Brazil. And Miss Brazil has a following in our audience, as you can plainly see. And Miss Brazil has also asked to have an interpreter, and they're becoming fast friends already. Now, she is Adriana Alves de Oliveira, 18, a student at the Institute of Porto Alegre. And ask her, please, what career plans she has, will you?
Quais são os planos que você tem para a sua carreira?
Para a carreira é de me realizar uma boa médica, que é a universidade que eu vou seguir, e também uma boa profissional como manequim e modelo.
She wants to fulfill herself as a good doctor. She's going to medical school, and she also wants to enjoy modeling in Rio.
A doctor who models part-time. I think that's great, unless she's going to operate on the day she gets a call for the fashion show. Now, I believe that all of the girls went out to an amusement park and rode a roller coaster, which made quite an impression on Miss Brazil, according to a couple of her friends. Would you ask her to tell our audience about the roller coaster ride?
O que você achou da montanha-russa?
Ai, meu Deus do céu, quando eu... Não, em primeiro plano eu entrei pensando que fosse aqueles carrinhos de cair na água. Quando eu vi, eu cheguei a ficar com dor no pescoço, eu não aguentava, quase morri.
As I said, she liked the roller coaster ride, you see? But you have learned some English, one of your friends told me. What can you say in English?
I love New York.
Great. Thank you, Miss Brazil. Most important thing to learn while she's in New York. Miss USA, let's talk it over. Miss USA is Kim Sealbreed. She's 20 years old. She lives in Germantown, Ohio, and she's a model. And she became Miss USA just 2 months ago down on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And what was the reaction in Germantown when you became Miss USA?
I think probably they were very shocked.
Well, did anyone say congratulations when you came home?
Yeah, they were very, very supportive. And I'd like to thank everyone there for all the well-wishers and all my friends and family. They were great.
Well, what have you done during the last 2 months as Miss USA? What exciting things have happened in your life?
Well, I haven't really had a lot of time to do
She's had 2 dull months as Miss USA, as you can...
No. I haven't had a lot of time to do extensive traveling yet, so...
Well, where have you traveled?
Well, I've been to Trenton, New Jersey. I've been to Wichita, Kansas.
Well, from now on, everything's going to be downhill, because if she's seen Wichita and Trenton, she's seen it all, hadn't she? Thank you, Miss USA. Score. Those are our first 6 semifinalists, and we'll be back to talk to the other 6 in just a moment.
Years ago, the first Miss Universe pageant was held in Long Beach, California. As time went on, the pageant moved its location, and with the advent of improved television facilities and the coming of the satellites, the Miss Universe pageant not only brought us beautiful ladies from everywhere, but took us to exciting places all over the world. Now have a look. You're gonna like it.
Live via satellite from Hong Kong. Live via satellite from Republica Dominicana, the Dominican Republic. Live from the Miami Beach Auditorium in Greater Miami. Live and in color via satellite from the Seramar Beach Hotel in Dorado, Puerto Rico. Live from the ancient theater of Herod Atticus in Athens, Greece. Live via satellite from the beautiful new Folk Arts Center of the Philippines.
Live via satellite from Mexico.
Live via satellite from way down under in Perth, Western Australia. Live via satellite from Seoul, Korea.
Tonight, the list of cities adds another glamorous name, New York, where Bob will be interviewing 6 more of our semifinalists right after this from Head and Shoulders.
Time now to learn more about our other 6 semifinalists, beginning with Miss Norway. Miss Norway is Mona Olsen. She is 20 years old. She lives in Oslo. She's a model. You're a model now. What are your plans for the future?
Well, my plans are to modeling for a few years, and after that, try to open my own flower shops.
You speak a little louder now, won't you? You're going to open a flower shop. Do you have garden now, or do you like flowers all your life? How did you choose that?
Well, I worked in a flower shop for 3 years ago, and I like that very much.
What are your impressions of the American people?
I think they're very friendly.
They are very friendly, aren't they? What have you done since you've been here in New York?
Well, lots of rehearsal, and we have visited very much nice restaurants and a few discos.
Have you played any three-card Monte?
Pardon?
You know what three-card Monte is?
No, I'm sorry, I don't know.
You have money with you from Norway, don't you?
Yes.
I'll teach you the game after the show. Thank you, Miss Norway. And let's meet Miss Venezuela. Miss Venezuela is going to have an interpreter. She is Irene Saez. She's 19. She lives in Caracas, right over here. Will you please, sir? And she is a university student. Ask her what she's studying, will you please?
¿Qué rama de estudios hace usted?
Estoy estudiando ingeniería civil en la Universidad Metropolitana de Caracas.
I'm studying civil engineering at the Metropolitan University of Caracas.
How did she become interested in becoming an engineer?
¿Cómo que se interesó usted en la ingeniería civil?
Pienso que mi personalidad va de acuerdo a esta carrera y siempre me ha gustado ver crecer los edificios como crecen los niños.
Because I think my personality lends itself to this career, and I like to see buildings grow like children.
I think her personality would lend itself to any career. In her bio, she said that she participates in sports. What does she do?
Dice que usted participó en los deportes. ¿Qué clase de deporte hace usted?
Me gusta jugar tenis y jugar kicking ball.
Kicking ball?
Kicking ball.
Kicking ball? Soccer?
Kicking
Football?
ball, fútbol y béisbol.
Football and baseball.
Does she follow American sports?
¿Y sigue usted los deportes norteamericanos?
Sí, cómo no.
Yes.
Admiro muchísimo a los Rojos de Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati Reds?
Yes.
And what other team?
¿Qué otro equipo?
Los Dolphins de Miami.
The Miami Dolphins? Ask her if she's ever... Ask her if she's ever heard of George Steinbrenner.
¿Usted conoce el nombre de George Steinbrenner?
El pitcher del...
He sells beer on television. He does beer commercials, doesn't he? Thank you very much. President of the Reggie Jackson Fan Club. We'll see a score for her, and we will talk with Miss Belgium. Miss Belgium is Dominique Van Eekhout, age 20. Brussels is her home. And you also are a model now, but what do you hope to do in the future?
I would like to be a public relation, and first, I would like to be more famous in modeling in Brussels, and maybe work in France, Paris, and maybe in America if I have luck.
Very good. Have you been in the United States before?
Yes, I have been here twice in Florida and Connecticut, and I traveled by bus, by Greyhound, during 33 hours.
33 hours by bus from where to where?
From Bridgeport to Orlando, Walt Disney World.
What was the most beautiful state you saw?
Oh, I remember Georgie. What's...
Georgie?
Yes, Georgie. I tell why, it was because it was so strange. And...
You don't mean the people of Georgie were strange. You mean the scenery.
The scenery, yes, the scenery.
Yes,
that's right.
yes. Because you were about to lose the votes in Atlanta, Georgia there for a moment. Thank you, Miss Belgium. A score for her and a talk with Miss Germany, who is going to have an interpreter. Miss Germany is Marion Kurz, right up here. Marion, please. That's fine. She's 20. She lives in Rodin. Is that how you pronounce it? Rodin. She's a secretary for an industrial firm. And ask her, will you please, what she has enjoyed most here in New York?
Woran haben Sie sich am meisten vergnügt hier in New York? Was hat Ihnen am meisten Spaß gebracht?
Das Essen im World Trade Center.
Ask her to speak up louder, will you please?
Kannst du ein bisschen lauter sprechen?
Das Essen im World Trade Center.
It's the food in the World Trade Center.
The food?
Yeah.
What food did she particularly enjoy?
Was haben Sie da am liebsten gemacht?
Den Fisch, was da gegeben hat. Und überhaupt, dass man das Essen da, dass man die Aussicht gehabt hat und alles.
She likes the fish better. Best than everything.
They have no fish in Germany. Oh, you do understand some English, don't you? Now, you turned around and answered yourself.
Not so well.
What do you want to do in the future? Ask her. Yeah.
Was willst du in der Zukunft machen?
Ja, das weiß ich nicht genau, wie dieses Pageant heute ausgeht, aber wenn ich nicht gewinnen soll, dann werde ich weiter als Sekretärin arbeiten.
It depends on this night, and if she doesn't win, then she's going back to her job as a secretary.
I think that's good planning. Very good planning. Thank you, Miss Germany. She has thought this thing through. And now, Miss Tahiti, please. She is Tatiana Terayamano. She is 18. She's a bank teller. And do you wish to have an interpreter?
Yes.
Someone who speaks French? Do we have a French interpreter here? Yes. Will you come out here, sir? He was back checking his makeup. Many of us in the United States fantasize about running away to Tahiti. Ask her to tell us about Tahiti.
Parlons-nous un peu de Tahiti, parce que tout le monde a l'impression de vouloir aller à Tahiti.
Now, louder, someone up there says, and I agree now.
D'abord, lorsqu'on arrive à Tahiti, il y a la chaleur tropicale, et il y a beaucoup de végétation, et aussi beaucoup de fleurs. Et puis, il y a une chose surtout, c'est que c'est la beauté naturelle.
It's the natural beauty. The first thing that you notice is the tropical warmth and the vegetation, the flowers, and above all, the natural beauty.
And she is a bank teller. Ask her if she has visited our country before. Ask her if she's... You have?
Yes.
Where?
Japan.
Where?
Japan, France.
Oh, Japan and France.
Yes.
But has she visited the United States?
Visiter les États-Unis?
Where in the United States has she been?
Oregon, Palm Springs, California, San Francisco, and Las Vegas.
What did she like most? What was the most fun for in this country?
Slot machine.
Slot machine? That's a very bad habit for bank tellers to get into, Miss Tahiti. Thank you. Slot machine. And now we're ready to talk with Miss Canada, who is Dominique Dufour. She's 22. She is from Laval, Quebec, and she learned to speak English just 2.5 years ago. Why don't you tell us why you did not speak English sooner and how it all came to pass?
Well, most of the people in Laval are French. Like Quebec province most of it is French, except in Montreal is bilingual. And I started modeling 2.5 years ago, and almost all the people are English in the modeling business. So I had no choice. If I have to put this dress on, then I have to learn English.
Of course. Now, I read the bios over for all of these girls, and they answer certain questions, and one of your answers impressed me tremendously. When they asked her favorite television star, you said...
The Price is Right.
The Price is Right. Do you really watch? Come on down. You got it.
Yes.
Do you really watch Price is Right? Does your family watch it?
I have no choice. My father is sitting up there, and he watched The Price is Right every night.
Your father is here in the balcony? Yeah. You, sir, have won a refrigerator. Thank you, Miss Canada. What you have just seen is the first of the 3 judging categories that will eventually narrow our 12 semifinalists down to our 5 finalists.
Well, did you and the judges agree on the scoring? Their choice was Miss Venezuela, followed by Miss Sweden, second, and third, we have Miss Belgium. Now, if your favorite isn't leading, don't be sad. Let me remind you that the scoring is very close, and there are still chances for everyone to move up. Peter Allen will be with us when we come back, right after this word for Jif peanut butter.
The combined talents of our special guest this evening are truly amazing. He is a gifted songwriter, a talented musician, and a singing superstar who's a favorite with audiences all over the world. In his song tonight, he points out a problem that is a familiar one to many Americans. They love New York, but they also love California. Here's Peter Allen.
First you live in New York City, then you go to LA, but you still miss the streets where you used to play. So you hurry on back there, you even leave your pool and your car, only to find you no longer belong. Fool, don't you know what you are? Streets at midnight, still dancing after dawn, but something seems to be missing. Tell me just what are you running from? Do you like your love in the dark, or lay it out in the sun? When you can't make up your mind, don't you know what you become? Coastal mist, the natural state of the city. Coastal California's fine if you're pretty. You can always hear me singing. Oh, say, can you see? From the towers of Manhattan to the hills of Beverly, all those made-for-TV movies, all those shows on Broadway. When you can't make up your mind, you know you go either way. Coastal mist, the natural state of the city. Coastal California's fine if you're pretty. Coastal, when both are so much fun. Tell me, why do you have to pick one? Coastal is the natural state of the city. Coastal California's fine if you're pretty. Coastal, when both are so much fun. Tell me, why do you have to pick one? Why one, oh.
Peter Allen. There he is, Peter Allen. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Now, you've heard references this evening to our panel of judges. It's now my pleasure to introduce our judges. The world of classical music, known for his talents as both a pianist and conductor. He is Lauren Hollander. A producer whose films have twice won Golden Globe Awards, and the acting president of United Studios of Israel, Itzhak Cole. Our next judge has appeared on television and in films both in the United States and her native Greece, and she was selected Miss Universe in 1964. She is Corinne Sope Fields. One of America's most highly regarded contemporary painters, known especially for his outstanding portrayals of sports scenes, Leroy Neiman. Rarely does a singer attain the degree of international acclaim, both in person and on records, that has been achieved by Julio Iglesias. 4 Oscars, an Emmy, and a special place in the world of American popular music are just some of the rewards of the outstanding songwriter, Sammy Cahn. One of the most honored names in contemporary design, not only in women's fashions, but also in fine crystal and in jewelry, is Mary McFadden. And now the man who has been chosen Athlete of the Century by the world's leading newspapers, and who will be making his movie debut this summer, co-starring with Sylvester Stallone and Michael Caine in the new motion picture Victory. Here's Haley. Special pleasure that we welcome the man who sponsored last year's pageant in Korea, the chairman of the Hanguk Ilbo and the Korea Times, Chang Kang-chae. To be a star in opera, recital, concert, radio, television, films, and records would seem to be impossible unless, of course, you were an amafo. One of America's best-known television and film stars, soon to be seen in his new television series, The Fall Guy, Lee Majors. Winner of 2 special Tonys for his distinguished contribution to the theater, the only living one of 5 producers to be inducted into the Theater Hall of Fame. His 84th Broadway production, the Tony Award-winning 42nd Street, is represented in our pageant this evening. Here is David Merrick. And we thank you, judges.
Okay, you're all set. Sorry, I was just helping out a little bit. As you can see, I'm backstage where the contestants are getting ready for the final phase of our semi-finalist judging, the evening gown competition. And with me is, may I see, Miss Venezuela, who is one of our semi-finalists. Now, Miss Venezuela, I would like to ask you a couple of questions. Do you speak English? No. Entonces, español? Let's try in español then. All right. I first say it in English. It would be silly to ask if you are nervous. I mean, she'd have to be. But you seem pretty calm. How do you fight nerves? ¿Qué haces tú cuando estás muy nerviosa para combatir tus nervios?
Como en este momento. Ahorita me maquillo así para salir. Pero me quedo tranquila y trato de pensar en otra cosa.
She's at the moment, she's so nervous, she's trying to take her mind off by doing her lips, but she was quite nervous, but inside she's pretty calm. Oh yeah, I'm going to ask how she's going to feel if by chance she would be Miss Universe tonight. Si tú serás Miss Universo esta noche, ¿cómo se cambia tu vida? ¿Qué se cambia?
Mi vida cambiaría en la actividad, el ritmo que llevaba, ya no será el mismo, tendría que dedicarme de lleno al concurso, vivir un año aquí en Nueva York.
Gracias. She says she's going to live here obviously a year and her life is going to change a lot and she would be looking forward to it very much. Thank you very much, Miss Venezuela, and all you other ladies, good luck tonight. And we will be back with more of our competition after this from Duncan Hines Cake.
Among the things I enjoy most each year during the preparations for this pageant are the rehearsals for the production number. In the number, the contestants wear costumes of fluid Niesta fabric from Climax of California, as they're joined by Peter Allen and our current Miss Universe, Shawn Weatherly, for a musical salute to little old New York.
Trumpets were mellow, and every gal only had one fellow. No need to remember when, 'cause everything old is new again. Everything old is new again. Get out your white suit, your tap shoes and tail. Let's go backward when forward fail. Movie stars that you thought were long dead. Now frame beside your bed. Don't throw the past away. You might need some rainy day. Dreams can come true again. But everything old is new again. We'll wear some overcoats and derby hats and show you what we mean by that. Take the song from way back when and try to make it new again. Take a song like every street, a boulevard in old New York. Every street, another view, a boulevard, a do-a-do. New York, New York. Every street's a highway of your dreams. New York, New York. First stop, 34th Street. Next stop, Union Square. Everybody off Mulberry Street. Have you ever been there? Not yet. Every street, each alley too, a boulevard, a do-a-do. It's a rhythm, it's a big town. Get with it. Just remember there's the east side. East is east. West side. The rest of the fence is uptown and down. That's why I'm proud to say I love this New York town. So we say, don't throw the past away. You might need it some rainy day. Dreams can come true again. Feel that deja vu again. When everything old, so we've been told. Everything old is new all over again.
Yes, how'd you like that? Yeah, I'm going to book them into Las Vegas. It's time now for the second phase of our semifinalist competition. Our young ladies will appear in their Catalina swimsuits, and the judges will give each of them a score. That score will be shown to you folks at home. Let's welcome our 12 beautiful young women in the Miss Universe swimsuit competition. Miss Holland.
Ingrid is a blue-eyed blonde. She's 5 foot 10 inches tall and weighs 130 pounds. She is 20 years old.
Miss Ecuador.
weighs 112 pounds. Her hair is blonde and her eyes are blue.
Miss New Zealand.
Brown eyes. She stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighs 112 pounds. She's 21 years old.
Miss Sweden.
19-year-old Ava is a blue-eyed blonde. She weighs 117 pounds and stands 5 foot 9 tall.
Miss Brazil.
Adriana has light brown hair and blonde hair. Light brown eyes, that is, and blonde hair. She weighs 136 pounds and is 5 foot 11 tall. Adriana is 18 years old.
Miss USA.
20-year-old Kim stands 5 foot 6 inches tall, weighs 113 pounds. Her hair is blonde and her eyes are dark brown.
Miss Norway.
Mona has blonde hair and green eyes. She's 20 years old, weighs 128 pounds, and stands 5 foot 9 tall.
Miss Venezuela.
Irene has blonde hair and light brown eyes. She's 5'10", tall, and weighs 131 pounds. Irene is 19 years old.
Miss Belgium.
Dominique is a green-eyed blonde. She's 20 years old, 5 foot 7 tall, and weighs 113 pounds.
Miss Germany.
20-year-old Marion has light brown hair and green eyes. She's 5 foot 7 tall and weighs 121 pounds.
Miss Tahiti.
Tatiana has dark brown hair and eyes. She's 18 years old, 5 foot 8.5 inches tall, and weighs 121 pounds.
Miss Canada.
22-year-old Dominique weighs 128 pounds, stands 5'9" inches tall. She has blue eyes and brown hair.
There they are, our 12 lovely semifinalists in the Miss Universe swimsuit competition. Now, 2/3 of the judging of our 12 semifinalists has been completed. Ahead is the evening gown competition, and then the computer will tell us who will be our 5 finalists for the title of Miss Universe.
Okay, you judges at home, it's time again to match your decisions with those of our distinguished judges here. What? All right, our judges... I'm sorry, I'm looking in the wrong camera. Here we go. Our judges gave the highest mark to Miss Venezuela, with Miss Belgium second, and Miss Brazil the third. All right, now we get that all settled. And right now, we'd like to take time out to do a little sightseeing around New York with the reigning Miss Universe, Sean Weatherly. Have fun.
Thank you, Elkie.
In South Carolina, where I'm originally from, they grow tobacco. In New York, they grow skyscrapers. I'm standing on top of one in Rockefeller Center, and behind me is the Empire State Building. Further down are the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. The one thing more distinctive of New York than its skyline is its people. For recreation and exercise, there's Central Park, where you can work off the calories you pick up at those wonderful street stands on the Avenue of the Americas, where the menus are varied and there's never a wait for a table. On the Lower East Side, you can find bargains in every type of clothing, and different bargains can be found on 47th Street, where millions of dollars in precious metals and stones are bought and sold daily. Further uptown, storefronts become urban canvases for an artist called Franco the Great, who claims that he has the world's largest art gallery. New Yorkers and visitors alike are lured to Chinatown, where the shops and the food combine to create a genuine Oriental mood. And everywhere in New York, there's music. In Harlem, they take the simple act of skipping rope and turn it into an art form called double dutch. Different music is found in the Philippine House, where the dancers have to be both graceful and quick. The Fifth Avenue shopper is treated to the fashions of Paris and the music of Caribbean steel drums. New York natives grow up learning the traditions of their ancestors, like these Polish-American youngsters in Brooklyn's Greenpoint section. And on the steps of the famous St. Patrick's Cathedral, a brass quintet provides lunch hour music for passers-by. During my year as Miss Universe, I had the wonderful opportunity of living in New York. I came to know its vibrant culture, Broadway theaters, Fifth Avenue stores, outdoor cafes like this one, and its famous New York water. Here's to New York, and here's to the new Miss Universe.
And we'll be seeing the title number from this year's Tony Award-winning musical, 42nd Street, when we come back after this word from Love's.
Producer opened his new musical comedy 42nd Street in New York. 42nd Street became an instantaneous smashing success, casting a light over Broadway as a meteor had streaked through the sky. 42nd Street is one of the greatest musical hits ever, with the largest Broadway cast ever, most lavish scenery and costumes, sensational dancing, and exquisite girls. It's now our privilege to bring you Wanda Richard, Leroy Reams, and a part of the cast of 42nd Street dancing the acclaimed and unique tap dancing ballet from the show.
In the heart of little old New York, you'll find a thoroughfare. It's the part of little old New York that runs into Times Square. A crazy quilt that Wall Street Jack built. If you've got a little time to spare, I want to take you there. Come and meet those dancing feet on the Come and meet those dancing feet. On the avenue, I'm taking you to 42nd Street. Hear the beat of dancing feet. It's the song I love, the melody of 42nd Street. Little nifties from the 50s, innocent and sweet. Sexy ladies from the 80s, far indiscreet. They're side by side, they're glorified. Where the underworld can meet the elite. Where the underworld
great. Such talent, wonderful. Since they've arrived in New York, the contestants have been very busy with rehearsals, judgings, fittings, all the things that go into a pageant. But it hasn't all been work. Oh no, in New York it is never all work. Right now, we'd like you to see some of the other things that have taken up their time while they've been here. In New York, home for our contestants has been the Park and Meridian Hotel. But a lot of their time was spent going and coming on the chartered short-line buses that transported them around the city, where they saw the sights and met the people. Time was also found for sports and exercise. Miss Denmark, in her Saison action wear, works out on one machine at the Park and Meridian Health Facility, while on another machine, Miss Bahamas finds problems. Thanks to some horseplay by one of her friends. Time for a dip, but in this case, the old swimming hole is on the 42nd floor of the Park and Meridian Hotel. A trip to New York or anywhere in the United States would have to include at least one hot dog. So the contestants made a stop at Nathan's Famous, and what's a hot dog without the fixings, like mustard and relish and sauerkraut, yeah. For more continental cuisine, it was off to Little Italy's street stands for sausage and peppers. Our young ladies are always conscious of cosmetics, and they look forward to the makeup clinic held by Maybelline, where they get help from each other as well as professionals. Here the contestants had the opportunity to rehearse a production number with choreographer Judy Houghton wearing Candy's shoes. Some of the young ladies served as models in a fashion show of Mary McFadden Designs, which was held for the benefit of the Arthritis Foundation. A part of any New York visit has to be the Empire State Building. And if King Kong is no longer available, a relative was kind enough to pinch hit. There was a stop in Chinatown where a street parade featured some familiar sights, but with a slight difference. Under the dragon, they found Miss Aruba. An outing in Brooklyn's Prospect Park featured a sack race and also a tug-of-war. It was for the benefit of the Safe Amateur Sports program, and Borough President Howard Golden and his committee challenged our team. We won, yeah. There was a birthday party, and it was to honor the 75th anniversary of the ice cream cone. It was held at the Trattoria, and things did get a little gooey. Why not? Gooey can be fun too, and fun was a big part during the contestants' stay here in New York City. And we'll be back with more of our competition and more of our entertainment right after this from Tide.
Now we're going to treat you to a unique blend of entertainment and competition. Each contestant will be wearing a gown of her own choice, and as the judges score the gowns and the presentation of the gowns by the candidates, you folks at home will see the scores on your television screens. At the piano, playing and singing a medley of his own compositions, our special guest, Peter Allen. Let's welcome Peter back right now. Peter Allen. Now, the music of Peter Allen, the beauty of our young ladies, and the Miss Universe Evening Gown Competition. First, Miss Holland.
Maybe I hang around here a little more than I should. We both know I've got somewhere else to go. But I've got something to tell you I never thought I would. But I believe you really ought to know.
Miss Ecuador.
I love you. I honestly love you. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm not trying to make you anything at all. But this feeling doesn't come along every day.
Miss New Zealand.
And you shouldn't blow the chance when you've got the chance to say, I love you. I honestly love you. someday, but not for now, not today. Nobody here is flying, flying away.
Miss Brazil.
When my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio de Janeiro, Miami, I go wild, then I have to do the samba and the bamba.
Miss USA.
Baby cried the day the circus came to town, 'cause she didn't want parades just passing by her. So she painted on a smile and took up with some clown, and she danced without a net.
Miss Norway.
Wire. I know a lot about her, 'cause you see, baby is an awful lot like me. You don't cry out loud, we keep it inside.
Miss Venezuela.
Learned how to hide our feelings. Fly high and proud, and if you should fall, remember you almost had it. Don't cry out loud, keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings.
Miss Belgium.
Fly high and proud, and if you should fall, remember you almost had it all. You and me, we wanted it all.
Miss Germany.
We wanted it all. Passion without pain, sunshine without rainy days. We wanted it always. You and me, we reached for the sky.
Miss Tahiti.
The limit was high. Never given in, certain we would win the prize. I should have seen it in your eyes. Look how all our dreams came true. See how I've got me.
Miss Canada.
You've got you. After all, just one thing died, a little thing called love we used to feel inside. If we both were born in another place and time.
And now we have concluded the evening gown competition with our 12 lovely semi-finalists. The judges have cast their votes, and it won't be long before we take a giant step closer to finding out who our new Miss Universe will be. The judges' votes will tell us which 5 of our candidates will become our finalists.
I love you. I honestly love you.
As Bob has said, our semi-final competition is over. The evening competition has been completed, and in that competition the computer tells us that we'll have it in 1 minute. First choice was given to Miss Venezuela, with Miss Canada second and Miss Belgium third. And tonight's winner will be following in some illustrious footsteps. And here's a look at our 29 previous winners. As we look through our album of Miss Universe winners, we learn some things about the pageant's history. Our first Miss Universe was from Finland, and over the years, our winners have come from 20 different places. The United States has had 5 winners, and 4 countries, Finland, Sweden, Brazil, and the Philippines, have each sent us 2 Miss Universes. No other place has more than 1 winner. What happens to a young lady when she finds out she's been chosen as Miss Universe? Well, in most cases, the first thing that happens, her mouth falls open.
The first runner-up is Miss Curacao, and Miss Universe is Miss Philippines is Miss Universe. Miss Puerto Rico is Miss Universe. Miss Lebanon is Miss Universe. Miss Philippines is Miss Universe. Miss Spain is Miss Universe. Miss Finland is Miss Universe. Miss Israel is Miss Universe. Miss Trinidad Tobago is Miss Universe. Miss South Africa is Miss Universe. Miss Venezuela is Miss Universe. Miss USA is Miss Universe.
And of course, some cry. It won't be long before we find out how our next winner will react. But before that, we'll be learning what prizes the new Miss Universe will be winning, and also who our 5 finalists will be when we come back after this word from Sure.
I didn't use my antiperspirant before court this morning. I thought she would...
was gonna buy it.
But even after my second day before a grumpy jury, I still felt dry, thanks to Sure.
Look, even after 48 hours, 70% of Sure's protection is still helping to keep you dry.
You know, if Sure can keep me this dry on a day I...
Being crowned Miss Universe will bring one of our young ladies a great deal of prestige, but it will also bring her cash and prizes totaling more than $100,000. In addition to a personal appearance contract, the new Miss Universe will receive the following prizes. Shawn Weatherly, reigning Miss Universe, is always on time. She's wearing a quartz accurate Longines. It's 18-karat gold and sparkling diamonds. Longines, the world's most honored watch. At the Parker Meridian Hotel, Shawn models a Canada Majestic mink coat, recognized by many fur buyers the world over as the finest of the finest. A natural Canadian beauty designed by Natural Furs Canada. In addition to a $5,000 cash award, our winner will receive a 5-year supply of makeup from Maybelline, the official cosmetics of the Miss Universe pageant. Decisions, decisions, decisions. That's what Miss Universe will have to face when Au Petit Jean presents her with footwear. A different pair for every week in the year. Miss Universe also receives a fast 16.5-foot sport boat, model S1, with a 140 horsepower engine from the Monarch Boat Company. In addition to a Sasson sportswear wardrobe, including the outfit Shawn is modeling at New York's Halloran House, our winner will also receive a $5,000 cash award. For her many public appearances, such as this one at the River Cafe, Miss Universe will receive from Zales, the diamond store, world's largest jeweler, this specially designed diamond and gold pendant. And the Mazda RX-7 for high performance in sports cars, featuring quickness, quality, and comfort. The Mazda RX-7, a most incredible sports car. All these prizes are waiting for the new Miss Universe. Which of our young ladies is going to win all of those magnificent prizes? Well, I can tell you this much. She's one of the 5 whose names I am about to call. That's right. The time has come to announce our 5 finalists. The judges have voted, the computer has taken their votes, done its calculations, and here are the names on this card. Each contestant's cumulative score will be shown on your television screen at home. Here we go with the names of the 5 finalists. The first name is Miss Sweden. And how do y'all feel about Miss Brazil. Miss Brazil, will you take your place right over here, please? There you are. Number 3 on the list of finalists is Miss Belgium. And here comes Miss Venezuela. Number 5 on the list of 5. She is Miss Canada. In a very few moments, one of these 5 young ladies will be our new Miss Universe.
So, the search for the new Miss Universe, which began with thousands and thousands of young women from all over the world, has come down to only 5. Previous scores decided who would get this far. Those scores, which you just saw, are now discarded completely. Starting at this point, all 5 finalists are even, and a new round of judging begins. The judges will be guided in making their final decisions in part by how each contestant answers the question she's about to be asked. The voting, as before, will be done by computer. Bob?
Welke, this is our completely soundproof isolation booth. I'm about to ask each of our young ladies a question, and it will be the same question for each young lady. While one contestant is answering the question, the others will wait inside this booth. Should the young lady desire, an interpreter will be available to repeat either the question, her answer, or both. The answers are, of course, spontaneous and unrehearsed. Now, I am going to ask Miss Sweden to say with me, would you 4 young ladies step into the isolation booth, please? And while each of our finalists is answering her question, the judges will continue their evaluation, leading up to their choice of the new Miss Universe. Close the door, and girls, will you wave if you can hear me? Obviously, they cannot. Let you and I step right over here, please. And Miss Sweden, the question for you is, if the Miss Universe pageant could offer you the right to have one wish come true, not for the world, but for you personally, what would it be?
That would be to bring my family all the happiness in the world, and that I could be with the people I love, and make peace all over the world. And this contest has meant so much to me, with all people all around the world, with war and tens.
More than what?
With war and tension. And then we all could come together and be friends, change ideas, and look at other different cultures.
Thank you, Miss Sweden. Right over here, please. Miss Belgium. Miss Belgium, right down here, please. If the Miss Universe pageant could offer you the right to have one wish come true, not for the world, but for you personally, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. One wish. To make a round of all over the world.
To make what? For you personally?
Yes, I think. I have to. No, I don't know. It's too.
You're very happy just the way things are.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Miss Belgium. Right over here, please. Miss Brazil. Miss Brazil has an interpreter. And it'll make it easier for you, perhaps, if you take the question yourself and read it to her.
Se você tivesse desejo pessoal, não para o mundo, que pudesse ser realizado com a sua vitória, o que é que você queria? Desejo pessoal.
Eu gostaria de fazer deste ano o ano mais feliz de minha vida.
I would like to make this year the happiest year of my life.
Wouldn't we all? Thank you. Right here, Miss Brazil. Right over here, please. All right, Miss Venezuela has an interpreter. And let me give you the card. Would you read her that question, please?
Si al concurso de Miss Universe le podré ofrecer la oportunidad de llevar a cabo un deseo, no para el mundo, sino para sí mismo, ¿qué sería? Un deseo.
Lograr la paz del mundo.
To achieve peace in the world.
Or did you impress in your interpretation that it was not for the world, but for her personally? Please.
No para el mundo, un deseo para sí mismo.
Para mí misma.
Sí.
Ser yo misma. Disfrutar de todas las cosas bellas que la vida nos ofrece. El ser amiga de todas estas 80 participantes y aprender de cada una lo grande que cada quien tiene.
To enjoy everything.
I can tell the Spanish-speaking people in our audience agree with what she said.
I would like to enjoy everything that the world has to offer. I would like very much to make friends with all of the 80 girls that are here and to enjoy all of the good things that I've had here.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Venezuela. There you are, Miss Canada. Miss Canada, the question that I'm asking all of the girls is this. If the Miss Universe pageant could offer you the right to have one wish come true, not for the world, but for you personally, what would it be?
One wish. Oh my God. There's so many things I'd like to have. Just if they offer me only one wish. Oh.
From all of those things, choose one.
Choose.
Just, you said there were so many things you would like to have. Tell us about one of them.
I would like to meet all the people I could meet in my life and tell them how much I could love them and how could everybody could be together all the time.
Thank you, Miss Canada. And thank you, ladies. We've moved one step closer to finding out who will be the next Miss Universe.
And I'm here with Margaret Gardner, who held the title of Miss Universe in 1978. Now, Margaret, I would like to ask you a couple of questions, if I may. You don't mind, do you?
Not at all, Anne.
Good. Now, how much did being Miss Universe affect your life?
It did have quite a big effect on my life. I moved to New York for a start. It gave me lots of confidence. I wrote a book. I traveled throughout the world.
We got a bright lady here. She wrote a book. Congratulations, Margaret. Now, another question. Do you remember what you were thinking when you made the final five and were waiting for the very final decision? That must have been incredible.
It was. I was terribly nervous, naturally. I was very grateful that I had got this far, but I was hoping that I would win.
And you did, and we're all glad you did. You're a lovely lady. Thank you very much, Margaret. And we'll have the final judging, a farewell from the current Miss Universe, Miss Shawn Weatherly, and the announcement of our winner. And all that when we come back after this word for mild ivory liquid.
Before making their final decisions, our judges will study an important aspect of our contestants, their facial beauty. With the aid of monitors, our judges will get that same close-up look that you see at home. Each judge will register his or her individual vote for each contestant. The judges will vote in order of their preference. That is, the judge will press number 1 for his choice for the winner, number 2 for the first runner-up, and so on. While our judges and you folks at home look at the faces of our finalists, we'll listen to the Naval Air Training Command Choir as they serenade our ladies.
I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. You have made me what I am, and I am yours.
Miss Sweden.
My love, there's so many ways I want to say I love you. Let me hold you in my arms forevermore.
Miss Brazil.
You have gone, made me such a fool. I've been so lost in your love, and oh, we belong together. Won't you believe in my soul?
Miss Belgium.
For so many years I thought I'd never find you. You have come into my life and made me whole.
Miss Venezuela.
And beside me is where I want you to be. 'Cause my
Miss Canada.
You're my lady. You're my
Now, the announcement of the name of the new Miss Universe is only seconds away. Before that happens, let's join in saluting our reigning Miss Universe, Shawn Weatherly. As Shawn takes the traditional walk and says her farewell to the title she has worn so beautifully for the past year, let's welcome back all of our contestants. Ladies and gentlemen, Shawn Weatherly, Miss Universe.
It's all over, you've done it. Take it, you want it. This night belongs to
To put into words what the past year has been like, or what my feelings are right now, would be impossible. The places I've been, the people I've met, the kindnesses I've been shown are all memories that I will cherish. To the people at Miss Universe Incorporated, to my family and friends, goes my undying gratitude for their support. And to everyone who has been a part of this past year, my sincere thanks. And to the new Miss Universe, I congratulate you for your accomplishment, and I envy you the year ahead. Again, thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Shawn Weatherly. I have just been handed the final computer tabulation results listing the 4 runners-up and our new Miss Universe. These have been certified by representatives of the accounting firm of Ernst & Whinney. Before I read it, I want to say to our 5 finalists, we would be happy and pleased to have any one of you as our new Miss Universe. Good luck to all of you. Now, I shall begin with the 4th runner-up. The 4th runner-up. The 4th runner-up is Miss Belgium. Our 3rd runner-up is Miss Brazil. The second runner-up is Miss Sweden. And now Miss Canada and Miss Venezuela. One of you is about to become our new Miss Universe. The other will be the first runner-up. First runner-up is a very important position because if for any reason Miss Universe cannot fulfill her obligations for the entire year, the first runner-up becomes Miss Universe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I shall read the name of the first runner-up and then Miss Universe. The first runner-up is Miss Canada. Miss Venezuela is Miss Universe. Tom has your sash for you. Margaret, crown. There we go. You are the new Miss Universe. You've won all the cash awards and magnificent prizes, a total more than $100,000. And as your predecessor, Sean Weatherly, reached the Miss Universe creed, will you please just walk right out here and show everyone how happy you are to be Miss Universe 1981.
Believe people everywhere are seeking peace, tolerance, and mutual understanding. We pledge to spread this message in every way we can, wherever we go.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Irene. This is our new Miss Universe, Irene Saez of Venezuela. On behalf of our new Miss Universe and myself, we want to say thank you to New York City, to the 5 boroughs. You have been wonderful. Good night, everybody.
And so ends an exciting night on Broadway. A Star is Born. Irene Saez. Miss Venezuela is the 30th Miss Universe, following the tradition of beautiful and shining women from all over the world. It's been thrilling to share this evening with her and with you. And we thank you for joining us. Good night and God bless you. New York, New York.
Portions of this program were recorded. They called her